So after the red carpet, there's the Photocall. We're going to hear Harrison here, Harrison there, Harrison all over the place. But of course, he is a star. We've just seen Iris Knobloch, the president of the festival, gave him an honorary Palme d'Or. Han Solo in his eye. Of course, he's not all by himself today. There's James Mangold, who is directing the whole Photocall here. Of course, a director, so that's normal. So Harrison Ford, James Mangold, and Mikkelsen, Phoebe Boyd Holbrook, and young Ethan Isidore. Ethan Isidore, who was so he's sort of a second, is a bit has a bit of inspiration from Tintin. Of course, Spielberg is a big lover of his little crooked smile still there. James Mangold, Harrison Ford, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who plays his goddaughter, his spiritual daughter, in the... And it was actually originally written for Tom Selleck of Magnum fame. He was meant to be playing Indiana Jones, and here he is with his honorary Palme d'Or, which he received yesterday evening, and which he's very proud. And he really did have tears in his eyes. Which was not in competition. Played in Fleabag, but she also wrote and directed it. She was the creator of this very successful series. Isidore for his Photocall, while Harrison has done his part. He didn't get on the table like Ethan Isidore.
I was very gratified. You make a film, you don't make a film for yourself, you make it for an audience. And this is the first time I've seen it with a proper audience, and a very distinguished, and an audience of many of the people who work in our industry. And I was very gratified by it. I think James Mangold made a terrific movie. I think the performances from Phoebe and from Mads Mikkelsen and from all the other casts were brilliant. And I was just very moved by it. And it was a very nice nod to my career. And it made me realize how lucky I am.
It was amazing. It was incredible. A wonderful audience. The room was full of love and support. We honored the great Harrison Ford. It was incredible to witness and be a part of. It's jam-packed with so much action, so much heart, and so much thrill. I think people are going to really be surprised by what they see on screen, but also really, really happy about where the franchise is going and where it ends. Oh, it's just such an epic, wholesome film. It has everything you need, and it is not for the the laptops. It's not for the indoor TV screen. It's a massive experience, and you want to experience it with the whole community of people.
It was wonderful. I hadn't seen the film, so it was the first one for me, and it's really beautiful. I enjoyed it. Well, I think you're going to watch an Indiana Jones film like you did in the 80s, but it's got the fingerprint of Jim. His unique style, but it's back to scratch. It's rounding off the franchise in an absolutely fantastic way. This one should be experienced on the big screen like many other films, I would say almost everyone, but but this one specifically, it's a giant film. It's like old school from the 40s and the 30s. It's spectacular visual, and you cannot watch it on a small screen.
It was amazing. This movie is amazing. Thank you, James Mangold. I loved it, and I still can't realize this is happening. It doesn't feel real. I'm so happy. Thank you all for being here and for watching this movie. Go watch this movie in theaters. It's an amazing movie. Well, it's an episode where you're gonna meet Indiana Jones in a very weird period of time. It's during the space race, and this is a period you haven't seen Indiana Jones before, and I think it's a really interesting way to go back to this character, and you're gonna have a lot of nostalgia, and you're gonna cry. Believe me, you're gonna cry.
It was glorious. We had a wonderful reception, and it's so wonderful to be back in this great festival and in this great city again. Adventure, comedy, love, romance, mysticism, miracles, all the things you've come to know in an Indiana Jones film, we tried to put in here as a fond farewell to a great character. Well, movies were made to be seen on a big screen and shared. I mean, you know, the number one thing that happens with a movie is not only do you see the imagery and hear the sound, the great John Williams score, all these sound effects on a grand scale, but you share the experience with people around you instead of the dog barking and people going to the bathroom and someone delivering pizza. It's a very different experience and one that I cherish.
Isaac here? Right here. Mr. Jones!
Yeah, thank you.
Because they're shooting from up further.
Straight ahead, please, everyone.
Just 3 shots.
Okay.
And one right now. Yeah.
Okay, straight to front. I'm just waiting for you.
Looking at the right. Looking at the center.
Wonderful.
In a minute, let them do that for a minute.
Okay, just a few.
I'll feel it straight.
Okay.